Surface tension is that property of liquid by virtue of which it behaves like an elastic stretch membrane with a tendency to contract and occupy minimum surface area. This is called as surface tension. In this video, we are going to study how surface tension can be measured by using Kepler-Rise method. Also, we can use Giger's method to measure the surface tension. But now we are going to study Kepler-Rise method. See the Kepler-Rise method. Here we have taken a capillary tube, dip in a liquid of density D, R is the radius of tube and H is the height to which liquid rises in the tube. And theta with the angle of contact and T is the surface tension. See in the diagram, here we have taken a beaker containing liquid and we keep a capillary inside a liquid. So the water rises in the capillary. Now the force due to surface tension will act at an angle theta with the walls of container and directed towards the liquid. There will be an equal and opposite reaction R to this force as the liquid is in stationary position in accordance with Newton's law. This force can be resolved into two components, that is R cos theta, which is equal to T cos theta along the vertical in the upward direction, and R sin theta is equal to T sin theta at right angles to the walls of container and acting in the outward direction. This is shown in the figure. If we consider the whole surface, the horizontal components all cancel out each other and only vertical components are effective. All these vertical components are added up, so we get, if we find the surface tension T, so T is equal to force per unit length. We can write force is equal to T into L. T is the surface tension and L is the circumference of the circle and R is the radius. So we can write T is equal to T cos theta. In this way, the upward force is equal to, that is T into L. So instead of T, we can write T cos theta. So the equation becomes the upward force F is equal to T cos theta into 2 pi R. This is our first equation. That is the upward force T cos theta into 2 pi R. This upward force supports the weight of the liquid which rises above the liquid surface in the capillary tube. Now, the total weight of the liquid in the capillary tube above the surface of the liquid is equal to the sum of the weight of the liquid contained in the cylinder of height h and radius r plus the weight of the liquid contained in the meniscus. Now we have to find the weight of the liquid in the meniscus. Since the surface is spherical, the volume occupied by the liquid will be the equal to the volume of the cylinder of radius r and length r. Why length r? Here we are taking a meniscus. So we get pi r square into r will get pi r cube. Less the volume of the hemisphere of radius r. Here we know that the volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So volume of the hemisphere is 1/2 4 by 3 pi r cube. Again see, here length r and radius r. We are taking a meniscus. So volume of the liquid in the meniscus, that is pi r cube minus 1/2 4 by 3 pi r cube. So in this way we get the volume of the meniscus, that is pi r cube by 3. Now again, hence the total weight of the liquid in the capillary tube above the liquid surface is the downward force is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. That is F is equal to m into A or m into G. So instead of mass we can write density into volume. So density into volume of the liquid in the cylinder of radius r and height h plus volume of the liquid in the meniscus. Here we have taken a volume of the liquid, total liquid. So some liquid in the cylinder and small or negligible liquid in the meniscus, but we are not neglecting that liquid. because we get the equation volume of the liquid in the meniscus, that is pi r cube by 3. So again, the downward force is equal to density into volume of the liquid in the cylinder plus volume of the liquid in the meniscus into acceleration due to gravity. So density is d, volume of the liquid in the cylinder, that is pi r square h, plus volume of the liquid in the meniscus pi r cube by 3 into acceleration due to gravity g. That is the downward force. We already got the upward force. Equating both equations, that is total upward force is equal to total downward force. So T cos theta into 2 pi r, that is the upward force, is equal to d into pi r square h plus pi r square by 3 into g, that is the downward force. Here we have to find surface tension T. So by using these equations, we get surface tension T is equal to h plus r by 3 into d into g into r upon 2 cos theta. Now if we neglect the water in the meniscus, then we will get the equation, that is T is equal to h dg r upon 2 cos theta. In this way, we got the equation, that is surface tension, by using Kepler-Rise method. Now we will solve some examples related to Kepler-Rise method. The first example is a capillary tube of diameter 1 mm is deep in a water. How far will the water rise in the tube if surface tension of water is 7 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter? See in the example what we have given. Diameter is given, that is 1 mm. So we get the radius from the diameter, that is radius is equal to 0.5 mm. We are taking all the units in MK system because surface tension is in Newton per meter. So we are converting that mm into meter. So radius is equal to 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Surface tension T is given. Height we have to find. And assume the density of the liquid. Here we are taken a water. So density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. Again, angle of contact theta is equal to 0. If theta is equal to 0, then cos 0 is equal to 1. So the surface tension T is equal to RH dg upon 2 cos theta. We have to find the height of the liquid rises in the capillary. So height h is equal to 2t cos theta upon r dg. Now putting all the values in the equations, we get height is equal to 2.857 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. In this way we get the water rises in the liquid, that is height of the liquid rises in the water, rises in the capillary tube. Again take the second example. A capillary tube of diameter 1 mm is deep in a water. How far will the water rises in the tube if surface tension of water is 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 Newton per meter and density of water is 1 into 10 raised to 3 kg per meter cube. Again here we have given the example, that is diameter, radius, height we have to find, surface tension is given and density also given. So by using this all the values, we get height of the liquid in the water, in the capillary is 0.0293 meter. So by using Kepler-Rise method, we can find the surface tension, we can find the height of the water rises in the capillary. Thank you.